I drank every bit of that drink that I made. And a Nerton. I did. I sure did. And he said, I thought you were at home, but you didn't answer the door. And I said, I was at home, Mr. Terry, but I didn't want to answer the door. He said, okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. And so the next time my ex came dropping by, it was Mr. Terry actually who talked to him and said, this ain't a good idea, young man. What I was talking about is the difference between just being alive and genuinely living, getting up, getting out of the house, doing stuff, finding something that piques your interest.
DSW, y'all ain't finna play with me. I'm not crazy. They had the signs. Blue meant something, red meant something, green meant something. They play too much. So everything's just 30% off?
Ooh, am I about to be late to work? Maybe. Am I ever gonna make my point? Also, a maybe. But anyway, some of the sayings that I was trying to say my grandmother raised us up on that have just come true to life is another one she would always say is poor people got poor ways. And she would add to that by saying people beg for what they need and pay for what they want. Meaning they might beg you to get their light bill turned on and all of that stuff. And no sooner than they do, they're smoking on a cigarette. So they're begging for what they need, light bills, and paying for what they want. A cigarette? Like, you gotta do better.
Hi, Kimberly here. If you're one of my new classmates and you're not familiar with the fact that I tend to take a winding road to get to my point, and you're here just to hear about outgrowing friendships and things like that, you might want to skip to 13 minutes and about 22 seconds. You're welcome.
What's up, sunshine? It's time for me to do something other than slap my hair back in that little bun. So here we go. Roller set time. Pull a little of this out too. And y'all, I typically trim my edges here just so they'll swoop a little easier, but I haven't lately. It is good old, Saturday morning, and I just want to get my little hair together, do something other than slap it in that bun I've been doing, I've been abusing for so long, and then mill about the house a little bit. I'll sit under the dryer for a few, but I've got a little housework and stuff I want to catch up on. Oh, my nails are snaggly. Add doing my nails to the list because, yeah, that's bad. But anywho, we are going to set some hair. One of the things I need to do is I need to get some bigger rollers. Not quite this size. We're not there, but more that are this size just to put all over because I don't really want my hair to curl. I just want it to bend, basically. Get a little bend on it. Kind of like a wrap or something. So, stay dropping something. Do not understand that about me. And I don't think I do it. I was about to say, I don't think I do it when I'm not with y'all, but I don't know, I probably do. I just don't pay attention as much because there's nobody there to see me do it. Anywho, what have I been doing? Absolutely nothing. We are vacation! I'll need to step back too far. I ain't got my, the girls are not secured, so let's not put all that up in the camera. Y'all don't need all that this morning. Last summer, I did some coursework, I guess, for lack of a better term. It was really volunteering. Had my happy parts up at the high school. Somewhere I swore up and down I would never work in a high school setting. I actually went to the high school setting and loved it because they ain't nothing but some big old kids. They really think they've got life figured out. I mean, shoot, how could they? I'm still figuring life out, you know what I mean? But let them tell it, they know everything, but at the same time, they still want guidance. You know what I mean? Like you catch them trying to act all cool and hard, but then they'll kind of look at you like, right? Or, just to get that verification or something sometimes that they need. This year, I am off completely. I might go up and visit some folks, but that's about it. Last summer, they killed me. No sooner than I finished all that volunteer work, somebody had the dirty nerve to call me and ask me if I wanted to substitute. Absolutely not. Not a bit, no. Because one thing I really don't like is coming in behind somebody else's kids and introducing them to my way and my policy and all that stuff. I do that enough throughout the year when they come to my room for buddy room and all that other stuff. Like, nah, partner, it really don't go like that. You really need to sit with your feet under the desk. I'm not nice to them when they come to me for a buddy circumstance, because whatever you did in your classroom is what got you here. So this ain't gonna be no let's hang out type of session. But anywho, oh yeah, how about this? A couple of people asked me for a couple of updates that I wouldn't have thought anything of. But here we go. Update number 1 with the little love triangle. I don't know if I told y'all it was a triangle, but just to update my new subscribers. Hey y'all, welcome to class. I appreciate y'all being here. But to update my subscribers, one day I had a little boy. Oh, he got so dressed up. He was so cute. Had a cute little new haircut and everything. And I was just like, oh, okay. I want to say this is when we came back from winter break. No, that's a lie. It was spring break. When we came back from spring break, because I was like, it wasn't that long ago. But he was looking all fresh to death and cute. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. He's starting off, the rest of the year looking all cute, whatever. I loved it. I later found a little note that he had written to another little girl in my class. And it was like, to my love, I like you, and not just for a friend or something. I like you for more than a friend, I think is what it said. And will you be my girlfriend, yes or no? Oh, too bad I found that note before she saw it. She never saw it because I'm not for that girlfriend boyfriend stuff. In kindergarten, no, baby, not in kindergarten. I would have stopped the note in 5th grade, but most certainly it got blocked in kindergarten. So anyway, what happened with them was the girl was never into him. She ended up liking another boy, and the other boy had been the first boy's little best buddy. Not no more. They let a little girl come in between them, and that's kind of how that went. But there still was no courting in my classroom. It was enough for that first boy to even know that his friend liked who he liked. And I guess, they had been talking about it because not too long after, one of the kids came up talking about, so-and-so got a crush. I was like, I don't know nothing about no crush. If I find out about a crush, I'm crushing recess. We're going to sit and talk about it. We're going to, so I was like, I'm just killing it inside the whole while giggling. Because it was funny, but it kind of wasn't at the same time. So that's what happened with that. Oh, it was someone, oh, yeah, that's kind of the messy side. Someone asked me about the fake YouTube friend. Here's what I am willing to say about that, because I'm not trying to be messy or anything like that. But it was just one of those circumstances where there was a time where I thought, me and this person had vibed and connected and all of that. And they have, for anyone who doesn't know, the way YouTube works is you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours every 12 months. So you can be monetized once you have that 1,000 and 4,000, but then that monetization can be taken away if either your subscriber count drops, I think, but definitely if you don't have the watch time hours. So this friend didn't have those watch time hours, and they were threatening to take away, her monetization. And she asked us, can we support by making sure we turn on our device, turn on our TV or whatever, even if we go to work, we're not watching it, just kind of let it play out. And I was like, sure, wow, that's easy right there. It's free, doesn't cost me anything. So I did just that. But when I tell you, I turned on every TV plus my computer, all of that. because I really wanted to see this person win and I thought we had a connection. But, as life happens, and it always does, the truth came out, and it just turned out this person wasn't a genuine friend. The things said to, I'll just say me, the things said to me weren't the same things said about me, or, so that was kind of disheartening. Every so often I have to learn those lessons about people, women, I should say, really, because that's who I kind of let into my life. But every so often, I have to learn those lessons about women as I try to form friendships. I'd have to learn them about men, I'm sure, if I, let more men into my life. I just happen to not. So that's the reason I'm using the word women. But it doesn't deter me from a willingness to meet people. Because I'll be honest with y'all, at one time in my life, I was very unwilling, trying to check for loose rollers, but I was very unwilling to meet people. I was very standoffish, closed off, whatever you want to call it, because for a number of years, one after another person that I knew passed away. And I know anger is a stage of grief, but that was kind of where I stayed. And it isolated me. I didn't even want to get to know other people because for why? You gonna die too? Like, how's this gonna play out? And I just got tired of the disappointment even. And that to me is probably a theme in my life where it has prevented me from wanting to hang out with and meet a lot of people. I just get tired of being disappointed by people. They do things I wouldn't do. They say and move in a way that I wouldn't move. And I know that's not the way to judge whether or not a person is friendship material, but it's certainly a way that I do. And I think to some degree it's fair because you have to check for some commonalities. But yeah, that was a long answer to a short question. Whatever happened to that, or how did that go? And I felt like it was one more thing, but I can't remember. I know some people asked me about the barbecue. I showed that. I only grilled once. It was kind of confusing. So I grilled in one video and then in another I showed it. So someone was asking me why didn't I show the grilling. They might have missed a video. I don't expect everybody to see everything. But that's kind of what happened with that. But even just talking about that friendship kind of puts me in the mind to talk about friendships in general, because it wasn't very long ago that someone talked about another friend and how that person kind of had outgrown them, and the person talking sounded like they resented it. Ouch. Ooh. Yeah, I got a nail caught on my hair because my nails are in need of getting did. We're going to handle that today too. That's on the list. But anyway, as she was talking about it, I was like, I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. And I think I was probably in the minority. Or maybe other people agreed and that's why they got quiet. I don't know. But I do feel like sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can outgrow people and friendships and things like that. Sometimes it's just time to move on. Y'all know that saying, you meet people, sometimes it's for a lifetime and sometimes it's just for a season. I'm sure I messed that whole phrase up, but y'all know what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down, as the young folks say. Never people say when they start getting older, as the young folks say. But no, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's the natural part of life. Sometimes I find that people hold on to friendships, relationships, whatever, kinships, because some of your relatives, just because they're your relatives don't mean make them family, but I'm just saying. But I think sometimes people hold on to things longer than they should just because it's a part of their history or just because it's something that they've known. And I'm not doing that. Certainly not in this season. But I don't think I've ever really been guilty of that. I've been guilty of trying to make sure that I reach a resolution with someone. That I have done, but I don't know that I've tried to hold on to a friendship that was long gone before. But again, I know that I've been disappointed in people. And you know what? That's actually, when I think about it, that's probably a whole nother video in and of itself, discussing disappointments. But back to that notion of what she had said about someone outgrowing you versus moving on. I think sometimes it's fair to prune friendships. Like that to me, that's a part of your life maintenance. You gotta know when it's time to let things go and let people go and move on to a different phase in life. Otherwise, you end up being stagnant. Everybody should be growing. You just hope that you grow in the same way. And I feel like I'm just stopping to talk, and I'm never gonna finish that in my hair. But I feel like one way to make sure that you're growing in that same direction is to kind of just check in with your friends. Certainly, that's how you make sure you grow with your partner. You check in with them. I need more bigger rollers. I know I said that already, but I hate digging through and making so much noise when I'm trying to talk to y'all. I feel like it's one of those things that you kind of have to check in and see what the different roles are that you. Why am I squinting? I don't know. Because I have a headache. I have a. You know, you have to stop and do a body check. Like, what's wrong with me? Am I hungry? Am I? Yeah, I looked in the viewfinder and saw that I was squinting. I'm like, oh yeah, I do have a slight little headache. Why I woke up with that headache, I do not know. Probably because I was up late last night, didn't sleep well. You know what it took for me to finally fall asleep, y'all? I was probably up for hours. I don't think I went to sleep till 2 something. And what it literally took for me to finally go to sleep was I did some cool down yoga stretches. Like not the regular yoga, tree pose and all. I didn't do that. I did, if you've ever taken yoga, toward the end of yoga, you do the cool down and then you lay and you just kind of meditate. That always almost puts me out, baby. When I tell you that stretch right there, that's the stretch of life. So I was sitting there kind of sleepy. Oh, dang, I should have my arm weights on. I'll put them on later. But anyway, I was sitting there getting, I'm sorry, I was not sleepy and I wanted to get sleepy. But it did not happen for me until I started doing that yoga stretch. But that is not what I was talking about. Let me dig around again, make all this noise looking for a big roller, and then I can get back to it. Okay, so y'all know I've talked about it before. I've typically been the strong friend, the reliable person, and all of that stuff. One thing I had to do in my, I'm going to call it self-realization of myself, because I think that's important too. People need to check in on themselves and maybe even see a shrink or something. I haven't gotten to that point yet. It probably couldn't hurt. I would not think I'm the most sane person. I probably got a little crazy in me. But I kind of had to ask myself, why is that a more comfortable role for me? Why do I feel better about being that so-called strong friend in the group? And it's not like I've ever assigned myself that task, that it just seems like it gets assigned to me. But I think it's, well, what I came up with is because by me being that person, I don't have to worry about relying on someone else. Hence, they can't disappoint me. I don't have to worry about depending on someone else and having them let me down. You know what I mean? Because I have been let down by a lot of people, many of whom should have been there for me, and I was there for them instead. So I think that's a huge part of why I'm more so the stronger friend and why I spent a lot of time closing myself off. One of the things YouTube has done is it has made me a much more reflective person. Going back and looking at myself through editing and things like that and seeing my flaws and being okay with them, you know, seeing my tendencies and being okay with that. Like I have a tendency of going all around the world and all that other stuff in my regular conversation. Now, when I write a paper or when I'm teaching, I'm pretty concise. Or when I'm disinterested too, that's another point. I'm pretty concise. I can cut it to the quick if I'm not so interested. But yeah, that I've become a much more introspective person, and I like that for me. I wouldn't say that I've never not been, but I'm certainly more so now. And that's one of the things that I surmise is that me being that so-called strong friend again, I didn't designate that for myself, but it seemed to happen that way. It made me the person who doesn't have to depend on other people. And it made me less likely to be disappointed. So what's the downside of that? Well, the downside is it also prevents others. Darn it, I knocked that roller out, but it prevents others from being able to be reliable to me. That's for those who want to be. Now, some people are perfectly comfortable with taking from a person. And that has been the case for me too. Like I said, there are people on whom I should have been able to rely, but they only relied on me. And then once I wasn't there for them in the way that they wanted me to be, they showed their true colors. Same, as I kind of mentioned with someone before. But anyway, that was just one of those things I had to ask myself, and it was kind of a hard question for me, and I had to sit in it for a little time and just figure out why was it important that I be that strong friend. Why did I always only show that strength? And the reality is, like I said, I'm comfortable with that. But also another reality is I think it takes another type of strength to be vulnerable. It takes another type of strength to allow people into your life. And that is not a strength that I've had. It's one I've had to grow into, if that makes sense at all. And so that's part two of that that way that friends can outgrow each other. Yeah. But I think sometimes it's important to figure out. I'm gonna sit under the my hooded dryer for a little bit, so I'm putting a little bit of this. What is this called? Heat protectant on there. Sounds like I'm a little bit low, which is odd because I don't often sit under the dryer. If I have a chance, I let it air dry. So I'm gonna sit under the dryer for a few minutes. And the only reason I really do that is to let the products that I put in my hair penetrate my hair. I'm only talking about it because every once in a while somebody will ask me, and I'm like, dang, I could have just stated it in the video rather than make them ask me in the comments and all of that other stuff. So anyway, what was I saying? See, I messed around and forgot what I was talking about. But I was just talking about how I needed to be a more vulnerable person and how I asked myself those hard questions. And then another question I've asked myself, picking up all the stuff I've been dropping that y'all didn't know about. But another thing I've asked myself is why exactly am I holding on to this friendship, or why is this friendship continuing? And when I say holding on, I don't mean in no stalker way. I mean in terms of not just kind of ending things. And I think when you end stuff, you don't have to end it in the, I'm through effing with you, and you don't have to do all that. It can just be my signature move, which is just a quiet exit. I'm good on that. After a while of me not calling someone or not calling them with the frequency that I used to. Because here's the thing I've had to realize too, is that there are times when I feel like I have to protect my peace from certain friends. And what I mean by that is, like, I had to ask myself, why am I holding on to this? That's what I was getting to. Why am I holding on to this? And then the answer a lot of times is because you've known this person for X number of years, because y'all been friends for all this time, and you got that history. But when I do, just like I said before about my headache, when I did a body check, it was a matter of me asking myself, oh, excuse me, how do I feel when this person calls me? Like, do I feel kind of stressed? Because I've had people that only call when there's a problem, or every time they call, there's a problem. So do I feel a little stressed when they call? When I get off the phone or the visit with them, do I feel better or do I feel worse? You know what I mean? Because stuff like that tells me I'm holding on to it for the sake of history. When we get on the phone, what are we talking about? Are we just talking about stuff in the past? Or are we talking about things we want to do to project and grow and do better? So when I started asking myself that, I found myself pruning some of those friendships that I've had for a whole bunch of years that they didn't serve me anymore. And I know I stopped serving them because I stopped being as dependent. Like when they would call and start talking, it was a limit. for me, if it was getting too negative, I would be like, girl, you know what? I want to listen. I want to hear you at a time when I'm in a better headspace for it. But right now, I really just I don't have the capacity. I don't have the ability right now. And a lot of times that was perfectly true in that moment. But what I would find is in moments later, I still didn't have it. And that's just what that is. Some of the ways where I would try to figure out could the friendship grow in a different way was I had to wait and see, does this person allow me to kind of tell them the stuff that I need? And if I do tell them what I need, are they listening? Because chances are, I don't know what is going on. Oh my gosh, I've been itching so bad. Here, I don't know, I think something bit me. But y'all, I have been itching under my boobs like crazy. And I think that's a huge part of me working out, walking and getting kind of sweaty. And where the sports bra hits, oh my goodness. Matter of fact, I really think that's what woke me up last night. And because I remember I woke up and I was itching under there. And I think I'm probably scratching in the middle of the night, irritating myself with these old raggedy nails. But anyway, to figure out whether or not me and that friendship could survive, I'm just telling you some of the stuff I did, was I thought, is this person listening to me like I listen to them when I say stuff, when I talk about my interest? Because as I've grown, so have my interests, my things I want to do, hobby. I talked about that before, falling more in love with myself, the things I want to do and partake in. I don't want to just hang out and sip on this. Believe it or not, Kimberly does a little bit more than just sip on wine. I do. She sip on wine now. Let's not get that twisted. But I don't want to just sit around doing that all the time. I want to, take off on different interests. One of the things I didn't do is I didn't go skiing. And I've been meaning to go skiing of all things. I don't really have a lot of people who are interested in that, and that's okay. It might be another solo. Y'all, I got to show y'all something about taking a solo trip or a trip with a friend. For me, it's going to be solo. This roller right here is already getting on my nerves, so that's not going to last for an hour or two. There we go. But yeah, I've asked myself all those things. Is it a healthy friendship? Am I providing something healthy for them? Conversations? Are we elevating, big up in each other? Because it can't just be a one-way street. I've outgrown that part of me that didn't want connections or was afraid of being disappointed because disappointment's gonna happen. That's just what it is. The more I open myself up to different people, I see a hair I missed. But the more I open myself up to different people, the more opportunities there are for people to disappoint me, and that's just a part of life. But I'm not allowing that to close me off from friendships and close me off from relationships. And a huge part of that, that's from when I cleaned out my brush, but a huge part of that is thanks to you. As my classmates, you all have told me things, shared things with me. I've shared things with you. Like I said before, I've edited and looked at myself like, oh, that's not my best life, but that's okay. Friends have accepted me for that. I've accepted me for that. So like there's this continuation of growth that I'm not interested in stopping. So if along with that growth comes some of those disappointments and things like that, then so be it. I'll be okay. I've had worse. So that's kind of part of what we're talking about. But when it comes to those friendships and things like that, oh, I was just making a ton of noise. I might have to edit that out. So sorry. But when it comes to those disappointments and things in friendships, I've realized that, did I say realized it? I was trying to say I've realized that. There we go. I have realized that those difficulties are going to come. Those hurt feelings and things like that are going to come. It's like they say, you have to choose your heart. You know what I mean? It's hard to go through those disappointments, but the life is better in general because you've done it. So I mean, is it hard to deal with the disappointments? Yes. But I think it's also hard to go through life without those additional friendships and without those enrichments and stuff. So I'm choosing my heart, and the heart I choose is to maintain those friendships. I'll put that away in a second. I'm just tired of me touching it and making more noise. But to put away those friendships or to accept that I've outgrown some, grow into my next phase. I guess it's kind of like growing pains. The growing pains of friendship. That sounds like a title, doesn't it? But anyway, yeah, we're gonna sit under the dryer, let some of this hair dry, clean up a bit, and get this day going. Still dripping stuff. I used to use this for shampooing, but now I like to just get in there. Let's pause for the cause on this one. No doubt this increases circulation, and that's all good. But the mango right here, it just feels good. And I suppose it also loosens up my curls a little bit. That's great too. But mostly, it feels good. Alrighty then. I'm just gonna brush this around. Probably put my do-rag on it so it'll give me that doobie effect, and then we'll be heading out the door. It's a part's unknown so far, but we'll figure it out along the way. Now, if I was really caring about all this, I could get back under the dryer, wrap it, and I'm not doing all that extra right now. I could put a scarf on it, but it feels like the do-rag just makes it a little bit flatter for me.
I forgot that I need to get some primer. That might be a problem later in terms of all this staying stuck to my face. But we do what we can while we can. I don't know what's taking so long for these marks to clear up. I've been using my vitamin C serum, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, which I guess has nothing to do with it, but that's just for the moisture. And for some reason, these persistent marks do not want to let me be great. Dark corners. And let's go for really bright. I am using my eraser concealer. I am pretty sure I used the color 146.5, but it's missing from the bottom. How or why, I do not know. And then to get extra bright, it looks like I am putting 141 in the corner. Just to get them eyes open and going, girl. It's early in the day. Here we go. How did I get you way down here? We do not know. We'll even put a little dot right there in the middle. There we go. A little in my inner corners today. Just because you feel like being halfway cute. Usually I let this dry just a bit more. I'm definitely going to let it dry on my cheeks. Put a little dot there. I see a little extra pigmentation. Oh, that's better. I'm going to dot these in now. So I think they have been on there long enough. Yeah, that looks better to me. Yeah, that's a tad bit better. That's not much stubborn. There. And before I put the blush on, I've got my Zuri setting powder in golden ivory that I'm just gonna brush over my cheeks because again, I don't have my primer. Now that I've set that concealer, I'm gonna dab on a little blush. Last time I was at Ulta, well, one of the times, it's kind of getting dirty on here, I had picked up this buttermilk blush. I love this coral color. You know butter. It's a kind of natural looking color to it. And it does just a little razzmatazz. I think it adds a little romance. Why am I doing all this? I don't know. I'm in my extra mood today. I have no idea what I'm wearing. But I doubt I'll put on a lip color. In fact, I just made up my mind. And this is so faded, I can't even tell you what it is. And then I'm putting on the same thing I put on at night as a lip mask. Yeah, that's gonna be my lip gloss. It's my NYX. Move out the way. I'm gonna put that in the middle. She's a plumper. Put on a little e.l.f. mascara. Let's brush the brows over so we're not looking entirely wild. Add a few strokes of mascara. That was sounding low too. A little elf setting spray. Why did I spray it the wrong way? And I put on some of this beauty store eyeliner. Girl, it just says the black eyeliner. You know it's beauty store when that's all they got to tell you about it. Put on some of the black eyeliner. When I put on my eyeliner, girls, I don't know about you, but I just go from the pupil out to the corner. Like literally just from the pupil to the corner and then blur it out. So we'll do that to the other side. Of course I caught my eyelash. They're still a little damp. Wipe some of that off and then just that blurring that I mentioned. Doggone it, I just looked down at my hands and I am so tired of dragging these nails around. But anyway, I can film me doing my nails and instead of, it always feels good. Take down, scratch, ain't nothing like it. But I can film me doing my nails and I don't have to have my hair in that do-rag the whole time. So I'm not looking a mess. She says that while she's looking a mess, but anyway. Clean up that part a little bit. I'm coming out. Yeah, I like the way the do-rag flattens it. And I don't have to have that added heat. I really only was under the dryer maybe 15-ish minutes, if that, probably closer to 12, but I'm gonna call it 15. Yep, we are in that awkward phase of growing my hair back out. Not too long though, to be honest. I don't, So everything's kind of in an awkward spot for that. Y'all wanna, I might swoop the sideburns a little. Why not? For that, I use the same setting lotion that I used to do my hair in the first place. Anybody else do a little swoop brush? Most of y'all probably don't even do it. I know a lot of women in my age bracket don't bother with the swoop-de-doop. Girl, of course the battery died. You did all that talking when you were setting your hair. But anyway, I was just talking about how, oh yeah, I'm getting a little glowy. Let's put a little setting powder on that. I'm moving too much. Knock down that glow. But yeah, most people my age don't still do the swirls and such, but I do. No criticisms needed, honey. Not about my hair being relaxed or texlaxed or natural or whatever phase it's in. Love and acceptance here, whatever phase you're in. Let's bump that out. Like I said, can I calm it down? Not really. We're still kind of awkwardish. And I'm not the craziest person about a bunch of hair in my face anyway, so I'm gonna lift that corner, open it up a little bit. Let's put a slight feather action over here. Brush that a little, because you never know which way the wind gonna blow. You kind of like it like that, little tousled. I like it more so on this side, but flatter on this side. Girl, quit playing. Get out of here, go do your nails. So you can see what's in these streets. She finna be for the streets.
Luckily, I've already got the nails sized up because I swear setting myself up with little things like this, that makes it so much easier. Hope I'm in shot. There we go, that's a little bit better. But yeah, having the nails and all the other stuff, these kits pretty much come ready to go. This is that same kit I get from TJ Maxx for like 10 bucks. So, I'm gonna trim just a little bit of the snaggles. My cuticles still look like they're in pretty good shape. And then put the nails on. I'm not gonna talk y'all through this whole process because that's a video for another day, right?
Let's get dressed. Today I'm just going to wear this simple little dress. I say it's simple, but I love the movement of it. I feel like I picked this up last year either from Ross or Marshall. And it's simple, it's easy, it's what we're going with. Alright, so here is this. Like I said, simple, but again, I love the movement of it. Sometimes you gotta lift the girls and put them in place. I never like it when the nipples are cocked ace deuce. I think I actually don't even like this bra with this. There we go, this is better. You all might not notice the difference, but I do. And I think when you're trying to put yourself together, even if for all that I'm doing, which is I decided I'm gonna go by, see mom, I might poke my head in a TJ Maxx or something, see if they've got a little thing that piques my interest. But if you're going to bother to put yourself together, anything worth doing is worth doing well, right? So I feel like the undergarments matter too. Sometimes you look at someone and you can't quite figure out what that thing is about them that makes them look a little better. Here, let's clip this. When you can't figure out what that little thing is that makes their look a little more elevated, could be something as simple as their undergarments that just kind of pull them in and get them looking together. Now, I'm not wearing a waist trainer or Spanx or any of that stuff right now, but I'm not opposed to it. I think too, the right bra with the right outfit and things like that, it's just that little bit of something extra that helps your look come together. Just putting on my regular jewelry and struggling with it today. Why am I struggling? Oh, because I just put on these nails. These are those nails that I always get from TJ Maxx as well. I'm looking forward to the fall because in the fall they'll have a cat eye that goes with this color. It's a beautiful Chef's Kiss wine. I've seen, speaking of Kiss, I've seen Kiss make a nail. They have a cat eye. I've seen other brands do it. But that Reformer brand at TJ Maxx, I like that one. Ooh, we need earrings. I wish I were doing a live or something so I could hear y'all. But are we going dainty or big and bold? Dainty kind of fits my mode of the day anyway. Now I just came across my heart earrings. So do I want dangly or hearts? I think I want the hearts. Change my mind. I get to do that. I'm a woman. Yeah, like the heart. I'm shining again. I need to bring my lip gloss with me. What shoe? I could keep it simple with this little loafer that I got from Target. It's like 81 degrees out. I probably wasted my time doing my hair because it's crazy humid. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really going anywhere.
but I'm going to need to grab a bite to eat. So let's see. I'm curious, which shoe do y'all think I went with? I tell you what, these shoes make it look like I've got legs for days. Ha, cha, 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 cha. You know what I mean? Like I'm just coming through. Is it doing too much? Because it certainly made me change the purse. I felt like this purse was in direct conflict with the shoe. I don't know. This one might be doing too much with the shoe. Decisions. Oh, shall we tie it in the back? I'm one of those people, I do not for the life of me understand how people are able to keep these straps up. Oh my goodness. I'm just like, put chicken wire in the doggone thing already and let me breathe. Certainly looks better in the back. But in the back, I have, whoops, wrong purse, girlie. You're just used to picking that up out of habit. In the back, I seem to have more trouble keeping it up. Is it doing too much? Do I really need a heel on a Saturday afternoon? Do we really need a heel on a Saturday afternoon? Is it a heel if it's a wedge, though? Those look really fun. I'm not sure they're quite my style. I do like these lemon colored pants though. $20? They're cute, but there's not a lot to it for 20. I'm telling you, sites like Temu and Shein and all those, they get me spoiled because 20 bucks, I can buy a whole outfit, right? The problem is they're not always easy to find. I do like this blue pants. $20 just for the pants, and they're long enough. But again, I feel so spoiled. $20, I need to get a whole outfit. And I'm kind of specific about what I'm willing to wear elastic in. I thought these were pants. It's a nice long skirt, but $25? The price of the day? The price of the day is 20. 20 everywhere. Unless it's 25. I think that's really why I tend to just veer toward dresses. Because if I'm going to pay 20, I might as well have a whole outfit, right? 20 for this piece, 20 for that piece, $40. And this is still really fast fashion. It may not be as fast as Shein and Temu, but in my humble opinion, it's still fast fashion. And they're asking too much for that. Okay, here we go. Here's a set. Palazzo type of. And that set is $39. I would clip my microphone on, but I feel like people stare at me a lot more when I wear it. But right now, I'm kind of putting it up to my mouth as needed and concealing it in my hand when it's not. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything I want in separate, so guess what we're going toward? Again, as usual. And You know what? As I quick look around, I feel like I have really seen these already. I mean, it makes sense. I was just here about last week. You know where I think I really want to go? It'll be tomorrow, though. Oh, that's a neat little cool looking dress. You know, I like a little short something to show some legs. But $30? Where? Uh, why? Because it's a Tommy? Tommy Hilfiger? I ain't impressed about him. I do like this dress though. She's cute, but and it's about the same length as what I'm wearing. I'm not paying $30 for that though. That dress might have been the one new piece I liked. Mm-mm. Now I feel like they're just playing with me because why is this dress everywhere I look now? I'm not paying $30 for it. Oh, she's cute. Got it. She had a clearance price on her and she's still $32. It's a cute pattern. No, that's not what I mean. It's a cute fabric, but I don't really like the dress with the buttons. I don't know. I get kind of weird about my clothes. I don't like I don't like a lot of elastic. It has to be kind of specific because elastic tends to pucker and give me a bigger gut. I also don't like white buttons, especially on colored dresses and stuff. This is a cutie. 20 bucks. I don't know how reliable the fabric would be though. That's kind of tricky. She is not inconspicuous, y'all. Just keeps following. Girl, I hope you're not one of those secret shoppers that catch him stealing people. When I tell you this pajama pattern is so popular, I haven't even seen that design of it. Trying to see if she pops up on me again. Maybe she's just curious, Kimberly. People get to be curious. It's not every day, especially in Kansas City, when you see somebody walking around with a camera and seemingly talking to themselves. That gives me Liz Claiborne vibes. It's not quite my style, but it gives me those vibes. I feel like I've seen this pattern in a muumuu. Yeah, the orange on this is gorgeous. I'm surprised I'm even looking at it. Once upon a time, this would have nowhere near been my taste. It's still not quite there for me to get it, but at least I gave it a second look. My taste is broadening. Yeah, I think I can call it a wrap on this. I'm definitely going to head to H&M tomorrow. I feel like when I was in the Lee Summit branch, I saw more things that I liked there than I have at a store in a while. But the fact that they didn't speak to me, oh baby, no. I absolutely cannot spend my money there. And the sad thing is I wanted to report it, but the manager was one of the people who didn't speak. I could have kept going and gotten regional, but why bother? The food was good, but when I tell you there was a baby in there, where's my mic? I have yet to be disappointed by Texas Roadhouse, to be honest. Um, excuse me. It's one of the restaurants where I asked them to cook it well, medium well, whatever, and they don't char it. Either way, that's good. I've been at restaurants and I've just said medium well. Burn that steak to pieces. So that was good, but oh my gosh, When I tell you there was a baby in there who, I was about to say cried. It wasn't even crying. The baby was just rage screaming. Nothing the parents said, and I'm saying baby, but it was really a toddler, like 3 or so. So they understood no and stop and be quiet. They chose to ignore it. They ignored it all. I mean, the whole restaurant was turning and looking upset. I'm going to say this though, I never did. I never looked that way. Did I want that baby to be quiet? Oh, for the love of God, yes, I did. But I never looked their way because it's a baby, and at the end of it, I don't exactly know all that they can do. I will say my daughter never did that. That just outright screaming and ignoring me when I told her to, she was not built like that. But okay. And I mean screaming that it rolled above the music. It did a lot. But baby, when I tell you I've been wanting that Texas Roadhouse steak for a long time, ever since I've had my wisdom tooth pulled out, people just drive like anything. How is getting in a wreck gonna get you home sooner, dum-dum? I'll see you at this red light. My trifling self now, I'm not gonna give them an evil look, but I will kind of just, yeah, that ain't go how you thought it would, did it?